Does this ever happen to you? You're calling and calling and calling, and your dog just won't come in. You're, bending down, clapping your hands, getting as excited as possible, and your dog either doesn't look at you or just blows you off completely. And then what you do is you go inside and grab your treat jar, and that's how you get your dog in. If that happens to you, then this video is for you. So let's take a look at how to change the behavior. So step number 1 is teaching a new cue. We're going to be picking a word that we haven't used before. This is important. Here what I'm going to be demonstrating is saying the word here, and then showing the dogs that it predicts a lot of good stuff. Now I don't actually need the dogs to come to me to start this. I just need them to hear this new word and get a lot of good stuff. This is going to have them develop a really positive association with this word, and the side effect is going to be that they come to me when they hear it. So in the beginning it doesn't matter if they come or not, all we want to do is focus on the association. So what I'm doing is walking around the kitchen, cleaning, doing some just odds and ends, and I'm waiting for my dogs to forget about me. I want to catch them off guard with this, because if they're paying attention to me and to food before I do this, then it may not work the way that I want it to in the future. So make sure they're not paying any attention. And as you can see, V's following me around and Villery's staring at me. And I'm just kind of ignoring. Now I'm going to wipe the table. And as soon as I can tell that they lose attention on me, V's walking away, Villery's kind of thinking about something else now, that's when it's an appropriate time to do this. So I'm giving you a couple quick examples, but believe it or not, I only want you to practice this twice a day. 2 times a day with large, big payouts. After practicing this for 1 week, only twice a day, you're ready to start using it in real life. So step number 2 is what I call a double reward system. Now the first part of the reward is food. So come to me and get some food. Pretty simple. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is I just called V to me. He gets a handful of food. Now watch closely. Can you guess what the second part of the reward is? You guessed it. The second part of the reward is actually getting to go back to what he was doing. See, the thing is that most people, when they call their dogs to them, it's to end fun, or in this case, to call them out of the backyard. The backyard is full of awesome, fun things, and it doesn't make sense for a dog to want to come to us. So what we're doing is we're saying, hey, why don't you come to us, you get something good, and then you go back to what you're doing. Here I am again. V was in the middle of investigating something. Called him over to me, give him a couple of treats, and now I'm saying, okay, have fun, go back to what you're doing. The goal here is for him to start to see that coming to me predicts a lot of good stuff, and it predicts getting to go back to what he was doing. That's the general idea. Now what I'm going to be doing is casually working my way closer and closer to the door. So where I'm standing now is closer to the porch where the back door is to get inside the house. But the point of this is I want him to get used to actually coming to me when I am close to the door. Now I'm going to walk back over here and practice again. So bounce around your yard, work your way up towards the door and onto the porch. Practice this as much as you can, at least once a day for 5 or 10 minutes with high value food. Remember, walk around the yard and work your way up towards the door. The final step of this is actually calling your dog up into the house, rewarding him heavily, and sending him back out the door. This creates a fun game. Being called into the house equals a lot of good stuff, and then I get to go back out to the yard. If you do this the majority of the times where you actually need him to come in, he'll do it without hesitation. So by following those steps, you will have your dog start coming to you quite reliably from out in the yard into the house. Remember, 1, develop that new cue. 2, do the double reward system. And 3, always pay your dog. There you go. Thanks for watching.